Hey everyone, Mark and Joey here on Monday afternoon. We're taping today. I had to go to a meeting this morning, so we are doing our taping. Joey, another great weekend of sports, which is why we're doing these on Mondays now. We will quickly explain that we've gone to the Monday show. Originally we were doing this one really long show, but we're technically having challenges downloading it or uploading it every week. So we've decided to do it in parts now. All the information on Monday is still going to be the same. It's just going to be broken up by the sport. Makes it a little easier maybe for you to watch it too. You can go to the sport you love, watch them all, whatever you want to do, but you don't have to worry about where did that occur over the 90-minute or 120-minute show. So you're going to be able to see that happening. So that's what we're doing now. Still going to be every Monday. Going to be a recap. We call it the Ultimate Sports Channel Rewind, Weekly Rewind. It's going to be that, talking about the past week of things that happened and maybe some impact they might have on the future as well. But we're going to review all the sports from last week. Probably some stories you haven't looked at or thought of, and we're going to give you our opinions on them as well. And Joey, tell them a little bit about Patreon, which is where we're going from a watching perspective.
Yeah, Patreon is a very simple site. Just go to patreon.com. You can create an account. You can use your Facebook, so you don't have to put in any information. Or you can sign up by putting in your email and creating a password. But you just get on there. It's pretty simple. You search Ultimate Sports Channel once you create an account. Pledge $5 to us, and you get all our content for the whole entire month.
Yeah, and every month we're going to do this for you, $5. It is a really, it's a lot of work involved. It's really your work that you're doing all the time, and looking for supporting your golf career. If you're new to the channel, Joey is a 22-year-old professional golfer, working his way to the PGA, coming off 14 months of injury, which has been really frustrating in what looked like was going to be your best year. But we are going to get down to Myrtle Beach. You have been practicing. We've kind of lost the last month here in Ontario. We are getting down to Myrtle Beach and then on to Florida to play the Florida Elite Tour, and then hopefully qualifying for the Mackenzie Tour in March. So that's the path we're going down. So the whole show is to help Joey do that, to reward your work as well as your golf, and we hope you can appreciate that and head over to Patreon and make that happen. We are leaving it open this week. We've had a lot of people seeing one show that want to see more than one show and all this kind of stuff, so we're going to leave it for another week before we make it $5 subscription. So you can take a look at these shows, which you're obviously doing right now, and there's no cost this week, but next week we will be shutting it down and going to the subscription, but only $5 a month. So hopefully you appreciate the value involved in that. Joey, let's get to one of our favorite sports, if not our favorite sport, even though you're a golfer. We did NFL, man. We watched that game last night. What's going on? Lamar Jackson better than Brady? What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is more of a would you rather, I guess. Right now, I'd have to say, unfortunately, at this time, Lamar Jackson is better than Tom Brady. Now, overall, time will tell because Lamar Jackson's very young. But right now, I would rather have Lamar Jackson than Tom Brady in my backfield, snapping the ball, getting the ball. As a quarterback, it's very difficult, obviously, to play as long as Tom has. But what we're seeing right now is offensive lines are tough to come by. And if you don't have one, you got to be able to move. And Tom Brady can't move. And right now, because of that situation around the whole entire league, where you hear basically every team that's not perfect like San Francisco is, the offensive line is struggling. And Tom Brady right now is showing that without his offensive line, as he might be one of the best passers reading defenses, he cannot play because he obviously cannot move in this day and age of other quarterbacks that can, like Lamar Jackson. So, as of right now, I would pick Lamar Jackson over Tom Brady. I'd rather have him in my backfield because it solves a couple other issues like the offensive line, like your running game, like maybe better receivers where receivers are dropping passes at a high rate this year, and Lamar Jackson can simply run the ball himself.
Okay, well, you've obviously lost your mind. Maybe we are leaving for Myrtle Beach tomorrow, so the family had a little bit of a celebration, sending us off, wife and daughter in together with us last night. And you obviously drank too much wine. It's clear that you wouldn't want to have Tom Brady. Let's face facts. Of course, the problem last night was the defense. It wasn't Tom Brady. He put up enough points to win, but the defense was terrible, and they've been good all year. So a bad night by the defense, put it aside. Lamar Jackson, great young quarterback, no doubt about it. But I tell you what, give me the next 5 years, I want Tom Brady. After that, you can have Lamar Jackson all you want. This guy wins Super Bowls, and this guy is in one of the divisions that makes it easy for him to win Super Bowls.
I'm not talking about division.
He's gonna win. I talk about winning. You're too worried sometimes about the fact the guy played well. I don't give a shit. Can he win? Tom Brady wins. That's all it is. We're talking about the fact they lost their first game of the season last night. I must remind you, they're not 4-4. They lost their first game of the season. So has Lamar Jackson got a better talent on a longevity scale? Of course. Well, Tom Brady had that and won 6 Super Bowls doing it. Right now, Tom Brady, all day long, he's going to make the playoffs. All he's got to do is win a couple games. He's in the Super Bowl again, which he'll win under any circumstances. Remember, 28-3 against Atlanta. So, Joey, you are out of your mind on this one.
He's not. They're not getting the Super Bowl this year. There's too much talent right now.
Too much talent where?
In the
they were
AFC,
7-1.
Lamar Jackson 7-2.
It's different.
He's lost 2 games his whole career.
Yeah.
And you got Kansas City will get Patrick Mahomes back. Too many good teams right now in the AFC for, in my mind, New England to deal with. And without an offense. And by the way, he blamed the defense. The reason why the Patriots scored was special teams turnover by Baltimore and a fumble by Baltimore, both in their own end zone. Otherwise, Tom Brady didn't move the ball at all down the field.
Okay, so let's just go back in the few years that Lamar's played, that Mahomes has played, that whoever else you want to pick. Who's won the Super Bowl? Oh, Tom Brady. Sorry. Okay, and yeah, this is going to happen again. We know it's going to happen again. And so I'll take Tom Brady all day long.
I'll take Lamar Jackson right now.
And you can have him.
Right now.
All right. You're going to lead right back into this, so we might as well even talk about the best team in the AFC.
The first 3 are combined, because I want to tell you that Tom Brady is done. I had to bring this on the show because I am a Tom Brady fan.
You and Max Kellerman.
I'm a Tom Brady fan, and I always think Max Kellerman's an idiot. This includes our 3 topic. Best team in the AFC, and is Tom Brady done? In my mind, Tom Brady is not done. But with what I see right now in New England, with too many injuries, they can't find a receiver. Right now, they're not the best team in the AFC compared to Kansas City or Baltimore that have more complete teams with younger quarterbacks that can do a lot more despite injuries and possibly bad receivers. Tom Brady right now is in an era without an offensive line, which he does not have right now because it's all backups. So unless they all come back, you saw last night, he is in big trouble, and he doesn't have Gronk out there to catch a pass to throw to. His tight ends dropping passes. His young receivers are dropping passes. He does not have the weapons on offense.
Excuse me, he's 7-1. So what we're going to see here,
he's played one team with a good record
from Joey. What we're going to see here, of course, is Tom Brady's going to get in the playoffs. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care if it's 11-5, 12.
No, but will he win the playoffs?
He will win the playoffs.
No, he won't.
Oh, geez, I don't think he's ever proven that. So yes, I agree with you that Tom Brady has
6 Super Bowls in 20 years.
Has no pedigree.
Years as well.
Yeah, he's also got 6 in the last 10, so that doesn't count in the middle there. So this guy is the best quarterback. He knows how to win Super Bowls. Young guys struggle with that. Go and check out KC last year. Go and check out Baltimore last year. No different this year. Young guys have a tough time winning the big prize at the end. Experienced guys do that. Tom Brady, once again this year, and you took 3 freaking subjects to talk about your side of the
coin. I don't get points.
Let's really talk about something.
I needed the viewers to see what I do.
Let's go back. Let's go back and talk about one we both agree with.
Yeah.
Cleveland. Oh my God, Cleveland fans. We're sorry. We called it at the start of the year. We may not have called it bad enough. We called it 8-8 at the start of the year when we did our Cleveland camp. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we got some flack for saying Baltimore would be this good and for Cleveland being this bad, and we were right on both.
Yeah.
We both said Baltimore would win this division. We both said Cleveland would miss the playoffs. And 8-8 might have been too nice, like you said.
Yeah,
I mean, this is doomsday for Cleveland, guys. This is brutal. Now, I must admit, this is the exact same start they had last year, and they end up getting to 8-8, and they probably will get some more wins because they're going to face some bad teams. I mean, they did have a tough stretch here.
They do have a weak schedule coming up, yeah.
But I told you, the schedule is too tough. They had too many primetime games. Not only did the fans go too crazy, the NFL went too crazy because they put them in this insane schedule, which I don't really know how the NFL got away with because, I mean, they butchered them the last 4 weeks here with San Francisco, Seattle, and now New England. I mean, and then this week, I mean, losing to Denver is an all-time low for this Cleveland Browns team. Odell Beckham did not go into a situation. I thought it was a bad situation for Odell too. People thought it was great. I told you he has to get the ball, and he's not getting the ball. And only people who understand to get top receivers the ball are veteran quarterbacks. Rookie quarterbacks don't get this. They think they're important. They think big.
And finally, Russell Wilson figured it out. 28 passes to Lockett. This is what you have to do.
We'll
get
into that later because I don't want to
spoil
spoil another talk by talking about another team.
Yeah.
But yes, that is part of the problem. Veteran quarterbacks know you have a receiver, you got to give him the ball. Baker Mayfield does not know this. Right now, the offense is poorly run. They have a bad head coach. I said that in the beginning, too. They didn't get a veteran head coach. They went and got their guy who took over last year just because he had a good run.
Yeah.
I told you he's not a head coach. It's doomsday in Cleveland. I don't think there's a bounce back for this season. I think you're going to see major changes, including a coaching change and getting someone who knows how to run this. I heard, I'm not sure which one's Jim, which one's John, but the hardball in college right now is looking to come back to the NFL. I think it's a situation that
here's what I heard. It's Rex Ryan. Oh, no, that couldn't happen.
No.
He just chewed Baker Mayfield up for 2 weeks.
No, guys, it's going to be, I think, a hardball can come in. He did it with Kaepernick and Alex Smith.
That worked out well.
Before the ownership went, that's when Kaepernick went bad. The ownership stepped in and got all messed up. I think he'd come in here with a Baker Mayfield, an Odell, and Jarvis Landry, make this team winnable again, but so far it's doomsday, and this season is over for Cleveland. There's no hope of bouncing back.
And this is what happens with young quarterbacks, and we go with this even with the experienced guys. They wait for guys to be open all the time. Odell is a guy who will make the catch for you. Just throw him the ball over and over and over again. The one thing you get to do is shut him up, which is hurting the team right now.
Right.
Last night on Sunday yesterday on TV, he's off by himself, and now on the sidelines walking up and down.
A reporter heard him say, "I can't get the ball to save my life."
Yeah,
it's a bad situation.
You just got to throw it to him, especially right now. So you're out of it anyway.
Throw it to him.
Throw the ball to him. Shut him up. And let him make the catches. Because guys like him can make catches. And the problem is the young quarterback, he's looking for him to be open.
Yeah.
No, the job is throw at him, he'll make the catch. And if he doesn't, guess what?
If Odell's one-on-one, he's expecting to get the ball, and so far he's not. So.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the next one. This is a total shock. We've been congratulating ourselves here so far. The Bears. Oh my God. I think I had them winning the Super Bowl. I cannot believe this team and what has happened. This is a complete mess. I don't know what went wrong there. I don't know why the quarterback is so bad. It's all just bad.
The question this year is, should there be a fire sale? And this kind of came up as one of the topics on NFL because, unfortunately for Chicago, obviously they had the great year last year. This year it's really bad. And at the time they have their worst year, kind of after a great year and all these expectations, who else steps up? The other teams in the division.
Yeah.
And right now, the reason why I think there might be some cause for concern, it might need full overhaul, is the NFC got really difficult. Minnesota, Green Bay, Detroit looks good. Philly looks good. Dallas, Seattle, Rams, San Francisco. You think of all these teams, how hard is it going to be to get wild card positions with the team they got right now? And they got to look for some big changes here. I don't know if it's a head coach. I don't know if it's a quarterback change. I think it might have to be a quarterback change. You see this all the time, actually, where quarterbacks just need a fresh start.
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky, even though it's only his second year, it looks like a guy who wants out because he needs a fresh start.
Well, he needs a new offensive coordinator, something.
So something along those lines on the offensive side of the ball.
He just doesn't look comfortable. I don't think they're playing the right offense for him. And I think that's what they're going to need to change.
Well, I tell you what, Cliff Kingsbury in Arizona's done a great job with Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And they need to go get a college coach as far as I'm concerned. Matt Nagy has taken the offense away from Mitch Trubisky. Has tried to rely on defense, on winning tight games. You got to let this guy play. You got to go get a new coach, college coach. Why not?
Well, for sure. There's going to be some changes made. You can't take a first-round draft pick and give him 2 years and all of a sudden be done with it. We see this happen too often. Yeah. Matter of fact, let's talk about Cleveland, who's changed quarterbacks every single year. Even though they've had the number one draft pick and the opportunities to get great quarterbacks, they have not been able to do it. So you can't have Trubisky trashed. He's got to find a way to play into his game, and somebody new has to get in there. There's no doubt about it. He has no confidence in the offensive calls. And the offensive coordinator obviously doesn't have any confidence in his ability to play.
Well, first thing I do is I go get a new offensive coordinator. If I'm the new offensive coordinator, I'm going to throw the ball 50 times, see what we can make out of this. Because right now, we're handcuffing him.
Not working right now. So, hey, that's too bad. We love Chicago. Love to see them do well, but they're going to have to work on it. It's going to be next season now, unfortunately. Okay, the matchup of all time coming up this season, 49ers Seahawks.
Yeah, this is a week away.
Monday night, it's a week away, but we're giving you a little bit of a heads up because one of them is our team.
One of them is our team, but the reason why, this is all over NFL.com too, is the 49ers last undefeated team.
Yeah. So
I thought with the last undefeated team and our home team, we should talk about this right now. First time in a long time, 49ers Seahawks is important. Basically since the NFC Championship game when the Seahawks beat San Francisco with the big play by Richard Sherman, which created all the controversy for San Francisco going forward. Who do you like here?
I love the Seahawks.
Really?
I love the Seahawks, and I'll tell you why. They finally played the game. I think I only yelled at them 3 times on the TV on Sunday. Pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. They showed they can do that. They got Gordon coming in as well. There's too many weapons. You shouldn't even run the ball.
Right.
Russell stepped back 2 times, 2 steps, fired as far as you can. Matter of fact, he still underthrew 3 or 4 guys on the weekend because he doesn't get rid of the ball quick enough. And I know that everybody loves Russell Wilson running around doing all that other crap he does. Here's what you do. Become a pocket passer, drop back 2 steps, and he can't throw it that far. Throw it right away. These guys are lightning. Metcalf, he kind of got missed in the last couple of weeks. Lockett finally. This is 3 years of us yelling at the TV every single week. 20 throws. What did we get? 16?
They get 22 attempts and 20 catches.
20 catches.
It was crazy.
This guy's open. Literally, I wish someone had the time, and I don't. I'm not available to do video from up in the air. Well, I'd love to see every route that Lockett runs. He's open. How simple is the game to play when that happens? Now you're going to add Josh Gordon. They can't even double anybody. because they're all going to be that way. I think the Seahawks actually, this is going to be the game of the year. I think they're going to beat San Francisco by 14 points. I think they're going to go out there and play this passing game. And if they start to run it, and let's say the run is 75% of what they're doing, then they're done. But if they get out right away and pass the ball, I think they've got what a good comeback on the weekend.
I mean, I certainly hope that Seahawks win this game. I think it would be great for the division to have these two going at it, obviously, and then kind of brings the division back into question. Can the Seahawks pull it basically under the rug from the 49ers here, who have started hot?
Well, they'd only want one back if they get the win.
I mean, it's a big game, right? Because, I mean, the 49ers still haven't really played anyone that significant.
Yeah.
I mean, they played the Rams. The Rams are kind of beat up. They played Carolina. I'm not going to lie. They destroyed Carolina. So this is a great game Monday night. It's going to be a perfect way to end your week. I'm going to say, as an expert, you guys think 49ers should win this game. I'm going with the Seattle in the hot hand. And also, Seattle's won really close games. So I feel like under pressure...
Every single game's been close.
Yeah, like they're going to play the 49ers well. They kind of play up to whatever competition, whether it's good or bad. They play whatever up to their competition.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It's weird. So, 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, man, this is going to be your first time. I'm worried about the Seahawks defense. I think it's going to be high scoring affair. But that offense of Seattle's going to be a lot of fun. We'll tap into that a little bit more later. But I think we'll both go with the Seahawks here. They're our home team. But San Francisco, if they beat the Seahawks here, and if they do it in a fashion where they dominate the Seahawks, they might be giving the Super Bowl, because this offensive line, this defensive line, I mean, it's just too easy right now for the San Francisco.
No doubt about it. But you got to play the quality to find out how
good
you
go,
are.
Monday night, next Monday.
So we're going to see what happens. But tune in. Okay, the other one you and I disagree on all the time. But you know what? They keep winning, so what am I supposed to say? Can the Bills win the division? I guess I got to go with you on this. I mean, they're doing it right now. And it's sloppy. It makes me think of the Seahawks lots of weeks, but they get it done. So, I mean, the good thing for them is, and my mistake, I apologize, I have not looked at how many teams are coming into Buffalo in the second half of the season. But Buffalo gets the bad weather. They're used to it. That's a big advantage for them. That defense is already playing great. I'm tempted to go with you on this one.
That means they beat out your New England.
Yeah, I know. I told you Brady can come from anywhere.
Right.
He doesn't care.
Although he's never won a Super Bowl and had to play a wild card game, so it's something to consider for him.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
They're going to want to make sure they beat the Bills when they face them again.
Yeah.
But this is simply because, I mean, he was always on my case. But with the logic of Buffalo is, first of all, Miami and the Jets, we knew were going to be bad. So people didn't know how bad the Jets were going to be. The actual people thought they'd be pretty good. But I kind of knew they were going to be bad, and Darnold being hurt obviously helps my pick there.
Sure.
But, I mean, you really got to think about the Bills. They're going to beat Miami again. They're going to beat the Jets again. And really what, in my mind, they'll go undefeated until they play New England again. And that's really going to be the deciding game. And, really because they'll split the season with New England. New England already has one loss. They have two losses. So we'll see it going forward. But the weather in Buffalo is going to be difficult. The only team that knows how to play the weather, and actually next game's in New England, not in Buffalo, is New England. So,
no advantage when those two play each other.
The Bills winning the division, I say, is more likely than not right now. Only because I feel like there's less question marks on them, because they're not going to deal with any drama.
3 subjects up later, you had Brady just falling apart. So, of course, you got to pick Buffalo.
Well, as I said, more likely than not. I mean, Buffalo, in my mind, wins a wild card game. I think this division. Although they should be, God, it's just tough. I just think the Bills are going to be in the playoffs, and I want them to win a game. I'm going Bills.
But here's what I'm going to agree with
you. They have no expectations, unlike the Patriots.
Right. Here's what I'm going to agree with you. I think it's being done very quietly. Jim Kelly was at the game again. They had him on TV.
He's mentoring Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They haven't made him a coach, none of this stuff. But this is a guy who went to Super Bowl 4 years in a row. It's Jim Kelly.
Allen's getting better.
If he's mentoring on the sidelines, which I can't believe he's not, he's at the games. All this kind of stuff's happening. I agree with you. I think Allen's getting better. It's going to get better. I think Kelly is a key. He's going to help him through the stressful situations. So I'm liking the Bills way more than I did at the start of the year for sure. So I'm going to go with you on that. I think they are. I think Brady doesn't really care where he finishes. I think he's all about.
But by the way, if Bills win this division, it's probably going to be at a high record. They might even get a bye because the teams in their division suck.
Yeah.
They only have 2 losses. Patriots have 1, but that means New England will have to play road all throughout the playoffs, and Brady's success has been playing at home, so it's going to be a big division.
But his only trouble's ever been playing in Miami. He won't do that, so it's okay. So let's talk about that. Was Miami winning a bad thing? Well, it was a bad thing for us because we thought more guys were going to get out of our survivor pool by picking them, and we already had our pick in the bag. And then Miami goes and wins, and everybody had thought they were going to win, which was weird, except 2 guys chose the Jets. So.
Well, I tell you what, it's a bad thing because they're trying to tank, and I don't understand winning at all. I mean, I really don't. Like, either you're committed to the tank or you're committed to winning. And when they played Pittsburgh, I really thought they made a couple of calls that said they were tanking. Like, they did an all-out blitz on 3rd
They
and
just
20.
traded another great player. Like, I mean,
And they traded their running
they're all
back.
ready to go.
I'm really baffled by this. I think
I agree.
what this situation is proving that they're not taking to the NFL. But also, I think there's less want now that Tua, the quarterback in college, is actually going to go number 1 now. A lot of people are picking Herbert out of Oregon, and then there's a couple defensive guys that are up there now apparently. So I think there's less pressure to get the exact number 1 pick. But I think overall it's a bad thing. You don't control your own destiny when you get a win like this, and you really should have been 0-16.
And here's the challenge for him is that you got an older quarterback there who wants to show he can still play. I mean, Rosen should be in.
This thing's weird.
Rosen should be in there
really
playing,
weird.
and they can tell him what to do because he wants to still be there next year. I mean, this is another thing they're not even talking about or thinking about. Rosen's not a bad quarterback. I just don't get. Here's some guys who get really bad luck.
I know.
You know, when it really comes down to
traded.
he's at Arizona. He's had an okay season, but a second season probably would have been better. Having new coaching, all that kind of stuff would have helped. And now you get Murray in there, he gets punted, and then all of a sudden he plays like 1 game in Miami, and now he's not good enough for them either. I don't get it. Put the kid in. Give him a chance. He's just a couple years in the league. Like, this is not a guy who can't play. Instead, you've got some grandfather in there playing, and he wants to win. I mean, he doesn't have much time left.
I think this might tell you, though, that maybe they like Rosen. And really, if you do like Rosen, you don't want to play him right now because he was just getting beat up when he was in there because of how bad Miami was. And unfortunately, he came in and played good teams too, not bad teams.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they only beat the Jets.
Yeah.
But,
Let's
I
not
mean,
get carried away.
In my mind, this actually tells me that they're going to stick with Rosen and maybe pick someone we're shocked that they're going to pick and are okay being the 5th.
Well, the really good thing is they need way more than just a quarterback. So
they need a lot. They have a lot of picks, though.
They got a lot of people they can go after. All right, well, Miami, bad thing. Maybe not as bad as we think. Okay, here's one we kind of touched on. Seahawks claim Josh Gordon. And they were thinking about Antonio Brown.
Last 2 topics go together because
okay.
Well, Antonio Brown playing the NFL against the last topic.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. The Seahawks, something's wrong with the management, their brains. It
wasn't the management.
They've gone and saying, whoever it was, has gone and saying that you would go and get Antonio Brown. I mean, oh my God. This apparently intelligent people.
Take a while to get
Russell Wilson's actually a university educated Harvard graduate, and he says he wants Antonio Brown on his team. He's crazy. Now, Josh Gordon, I don't have as much of a problem with Josh Gordon, but Antonio Brown, and you know what? This is Wilson. I don't know. You already have the best 2 receivers in the league. Like what? Maybe
Metcalf and
Tyreek Hill can run. Like
I'll give him the credit.
That was actually funny. We'll mention that later.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know what Wilson. Why do you want to bring a disrupting force into this team? Keep throwing at the Lockett. I just don't understand it. Even Josh Gordon. The only reason I think it's good, it'll take any double coverage off of Lockett because
now
they
you
can't
got
afford to do that.
three of the 4 fastest guys in the NFL on your team.
Yeah.
The Antonio Brown thing. What I understand is Wilson, and I don't want to dive into church, but he's a church guy. He believes he could have saved Antonio Brown and really wanted Antonio Brown on his team, and they worked out in the summer together and stuff like that. But I'm lucky, we're lucky as Seahawks fans that Josh Gordon went on waivers because they took him instead of Brown. I think, thank God.
Joey, that's like saying you wish you had cancer because you think you could solve it yourself.
I don't want to get into that stuff, but he really
Brown?
thought, Antonio Brown obviously has a ton of skill. One of the better receivers ever, and Wilson's one of those guys. You hear it from Javion Clowney, who said we're going down 100-0, and Russ Wilson believes you win. So that's his theory behind it. We're lucky as Seahawks fans. Gordon went on waivers, they claimed him instead of taking Brown. I think Josh Gordon's a good thing. I think all it does is really open it up for the other receivers. Now you got 3 weapons. They can't cover all 3. They're so good. This allows Metcalf to be more of the underneath guy, I think. Although I like him going deep. And Gordon and Lockett really just running down the sidelines. I think it's a great system. I think they did it, though, because they don't really have a tight end right now. They got Hollister from New England. He's looking okay. But what they wanted was...
It was a big loss to lose the
Will Dissly.
Dissly, yeah.
And now they're thinking, I think they want to put Metcalf kind of, not tight end, but tight end-ish.
But Joey, look at
that check down route.
If maybe Wilson doesn't like having too many plays to call, it's okay. You 3 run down the field, I'll pick which one I throw to. How difficult is the offense going to be from now on?
You literally throw Hail Mary every play, and 3 of them.
Okay, you 3, go down. Okay, what play are we doing now? You 3, run down the field, I'll find one of you. That makes the play calling very simple. It makes the line know what they're doing on every play, and it keeps Wilson in the pocket, which as much as people like him running around, he gives up so many sacks because he does that. That this is simplifying the offense, maybe. That's what he's looking for.
Well, simplifying the offense, I do think, though, Gordon will take the kicking duties away from Lockett.
Yeah,
Lockett right now is doing kick return, punt return. In my mind, it's just a chance for him to get injured. Yeah. So I hope that maybe they put Gordon there, although he doesn't have the surest of hands. That's why New England released him. But it'll be an interesting experiment. They did it with Percy Hartman, and he had a kick return for a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Maybe they're thinking someone like that, but it'll be interesting anyways. They were 30th on the waiver watch.
Yeah.
And they picked them up. So they shocked the NFL.
So
that's for sure.
there we go. The last one.
I can tell you one. 49ers are going to claim him.
That would have been trouble.
That
Yeah,
might have been part of
maybe.
it.
Now, as long as it doesn't disrupt the good thing about him going to Seattle is we lived in Seattle for a number of years, and smoking dope is a regular thing
It's
in
legal.
Seattle.
It's legal.
Yeah, so it's just regular. It's West Coast, no big deal.
Yeah.
No one will care that he's doing it except the league. All someone's got to do is get him on the right stuff, so he's not in trouble with the league. But they won't care that that's an issue with compared to being in New England. So I don't think that's a problem. Okay, number 10, we're actually skipping because I can't believe you even put it on the list today. Antonio Brown, the NFL. You know what? You're right, because there's that many stupid owners whose teams are not playing that well.
I can
who
see
thinks he would solve the problem?
Stupid owners. I could see him on Dallas.
It's talking about stupid owners. They'll be desperate. So yes, Antonio Brown will be back before the playoffs. I agree 100% with you.
Oh, not this
There's
year.
crazy
I don't
enough
think
owners.
This year,
There's
but-
crazy enough owners to pay him the money and bring him back in if they are near the playoffs. He is a game changer, no doubt, if someone can get a hold of him. But when you can whisk through New England that quickly, how
I'd
can
say
anybody
so.
solve you? Because they solve everybody. So there you go, our top 10. Tyreek Hill. He's chasing. So another guy of his team has got a touchdown. He outruns him and pats him on the back as he's going over the goal line.
Yeah.
Like, how fast are you?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
He's way off the play. He
Yeah.
runs, he catches up, he pushes him in the end zone.
Oh
You're
my
like,
God.
that's how fast he is. A great player. Kansas City has found a method that Seahawks have taken. Throw it to your best receiver and let him do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So there we are. NFL, another exciting week. Another week where you can't tell who's going to win. What is happening with Green Bay in that game? You just can't tell who's going to win a football game anymore.
I don't want to get into it.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Just every week.
We can go on and
so
on with
hard
the
to figure
NFL.
that out, right?
The
So
parody is
hey,
ridiculous.
parody's great. You can't bet them because you can never know who wouldn't have thought Green Bay would only get 6 points or 13 points or whatever
Yeah.
it'd be at the end.
Afterwards.
But it was really 6 points at the most. Who knows? There you are, NFL. Another crazy week. Looking forward to next week. We're halfway through the season, and it's going to start to come down crunch time. Who's going to make playoffs and not? We're going to look forward to covering that. Hope to see you back here next Monday on the NFL show.
Hour 89 minutes left after this.
On the